only develop first and then they will embark on oil trade later, because its strategy, it's more benefiting from it. It comes after a long trade. So we think our strategy is these countries will first of all develop themselves, then after developing themselves, they have proper security, they have proper technology, they will have proper labor and skilled labor, then to engage in oil trade. But for now, let them first wait, because their colleagues which practice oil trade without developing, they are suffering challenges I've told you. But we think that if they embark on development first and then they do this business later, it will be of value. With that, I'd like to submit.
This House believes that developing countries that have recently discovered oil should not engage in oil trade. Why not? Because we are seeing very many impacts that are going to come from there. If we don't believe that this House that the developing country should engage in the oil trade, there will be no pregnant, there will be no what. But before going any further, I want to pass the rebuttal on the second speaker from the opposition side. I said that this the extraction of oil will bring to air pollution, will bring to deforestation. Already before the extraction of oil, that is deforestation. In this Uganda we have deforestation. We have already air pollution whereby people are burning trees, people are burning bushes, people are cutting trees. People are doing what? But just because you're just seeing it, you're just believing that it will happen, yet it is already happening. We team government, we are here like just to say that we have to use this oil that we are going to extract to develop our country. Not all the people that's in the country, not all the people. These people have told us about the over-dependence, that we are going to depend on the oil alone. These people have failed to understand that not all people in the country that knows how to mine. These people, we are going to do we are going to do projects that these people go in agriculture, these people go in what, and these people go in mining, so that we develop our country. These people have told us about insecurity and whatever. We are not and with opposition, we've come to say that if we believe that these developing countries engage in oil trade, that will be economic benefits. Whereby we Ugandans, take an example of Uganda. We Ugandans, we are not going to pay taxes because we are going to be extracting our mineral oil. We are going to extract our mineral and just export them. These people are failing to understand what trade is. Trade is like to buy and sell or something. Like we are going to be selling our oil and we are not going to be paying much tax because the mineral is found in our land, is found in there. So we are going to benefit on that. And the other thing, we are going to benefit on this because of tourism. Tourists will be coming from abroad to come and see where oil is coming from, where this is coming from, because this will bring exchange. This will bring money exchange and whatever, hence developing our country. And with corruption, we've come to say that if this oil is done, there will be technology and advancement, whereby we Ugandans, for example, some of us, we don't know how to drive those tractors, we don't know how to drill oil, we don't know how to do it. People are going to be employed, people are going to do well, and they learn how they extract the mineral, and they learn how to do what, and they engage more. So, our Lord said, allow me to practice.
Fail to understand the first thing that you're trying to solve in this case. You have said developing countries. We want to justify to you what a developing country is. For the team negators to understand, refers to countries that are not yet economically stable, but are in the race of gaining the stability. Now, the first thing they brought in their case, the things that they brought in their case, they're talking about things that these countries, you don't care how they're going to extract this minerals or what. You know what pulls down the economy of Uganda is because of what we call value addition. If you can only understand what value addition brings in profit, like, let me say benefit in the country, that's when you will not allow investors to come and invest in this oil. It's better for us to first find mitigation methods of how to make sure that this oil is properly pulled before we come and then after that give just as a country of Uganda. We live as a unitary government. Now, if you're trying to solve, now where will these investors come from? That's why they're not even telling us. Are they coming from Uganda? Are they coming from China? We have already realized that the biggest population of Uganda right now has investors coming from outside, not our own country. That means that if you have to look at investors that are working on roads, the current road that was built in Uganda, we come to realize that the people who are working on it, the engineers that were working on this road, were Chinese. Even the oil mine in Albertine region, we came to realize that even this Albertine region that we are mining oil from came from what? The Chinese investing. I thank you. Please, my dear panel, in this case, I would like just to get something from the negative side, and that is a simple clarification of what I'm bringing in. But instead, trying to justify their point in terms of BOI. Now, let me come to the point of, we are trying to look at a way of increasing our exportation than our imports. How are we trying to improve that? We are looking at a case where these investors are going to come and export this oil to their countries for refinery, claiming that when they bring it to our country, it won't be efficient. We are trying to improve. So in the long run, what are we trying to show you as the negator, as the farmers? We are trying to say that the countries that have recently discovered oil should not engage because we want to find mitigation methods. Now, we realize that when oil is being harvested from the ground, we realize that there is one thing, there is air pollution that can happen. There are also other things like, let me say, there is deforestation, there are things that affect the environment. Now, how does our case come in? We are going to find ways of shallow ecosystem-friendly methods that will help us to fight these issues. That is overcoming for our pollution. In what way? We shall get trappers from the environment. And they've even brought that they're going to bring trappers. But let me inform you, how are you going to bring trappers just out by an economy that is developing? You brought that you're going to bring trappers out of a short distance. Let us say if it's a day, you're just going to say since you want trappers, and they've even justified for you that it's a developing country. Now, we want to show you our side of the house. We brought issues to show you that we came in and in our side, and then we showed you, if we are to put this oil first, let me say if we are to engage first, it will lead to over-dependence. It means that bring in their case completely. How are these people going to depend on this oil? It will make the country over-concentrate on the oil. And imagine a mineral gets done. It means that it gets down of an area. So if the country comes on this, then that's where the problem will come on. And then we talked about in our case that we should first get developed before engaging. We realize that Uganda's main economy is agriculture. We are going to use this agriculture that we are trying to improve right now by bringing new methods like irrigation and what, so that we improve, get at least something, contribute something to this mining, instead of leaving it to these investors completely. That's what we are trying to prove in our case. We are trying to show you a country like Uganda that is facing a lot of insecurity services. We are bringing a point whereby we face a challenge of
Chair, today's motion states that this House believes that developing countries that have recently discovered oil should not engage in oil trade. What I want to tell these farmers say is what they are not actually putting in consideration. They are saying that let these countries first develop themselves. Developing itself requires income and money. That's what I call money. Money will be generated from this oil. Oil is actually a gift from God. We were not the one who created this oil. So this oil was just put there in the ground as a resource so that you can use it to actually develop your country. How are you going to develop your country without actually using the resources, without actually using the income that will be generated from the oil? What you have come and told us that oil is no longer essential because people are using electric cars. In Uganda, we do not actually have any electric car that is passing on the road or anything. We are seeing that these oil companies like Shell, Total are making lots of money just because of oil trade. How can you tell me that this oil trade will not actually be so relevant to the country? Yet it is so important that other countries, other stations or other countries are actually developing. Oil trade does not mean that they are the ones to extract it, mine it. What you are forgetting is trade. Trade is the exchange of something for something. We can trade them our oil in our country for a very expensive amount, which we know they will buy, like countries that are already rich like Russia. We can give them our raw oil at a very high bidding. Yes, they will take it because oil is so essential and it has been proved to be one of the developing things that are actually out there emitted out to the environment during the drilling process and whatever, they can be treated, and when they are emitted out, they will not actually bring the causes or like global warming, cancer and whatever. That means that our country shall be safe and we shall be developing as well. We shall be carrying out the oil trade, yet we are benefiting and not even getting any harm. What you're talking about that the costs and whatever, we are not even going to suffer anything. What are we going to benefit from this? If we carry out the oil trade, there will be so many economic benefits. What do you talk about? Like, what do I mean? Tourism. Tourists shall come from far and wide just to see how oil is being drilled. Yet we are not the ones who are actually drilling it, but we are actually getting what they call foreign exchange. For those tourists to come into our country, they have to pay, they have to sleep in our hotels, like they have to do all this. That means we are getting foreign exchange at even paying no price. We are paying no price for this because our oil has been bought and we actually, we are satisfied with the amount they bought it. We are actually not facing any problem like security, mining and whatever, paying off the rest. We have global demand for oil. Oil is demanded on a global one, so you cannot tell me that you are not going to get it by Dubai. Yeah, we are going to get it by Dubai because it's so essential in our lives. It's so essential in our lives. Have technological advancements and even employment opportunities. As we say that we are going to put terms and conditions, we sell you our oil, but we also give you a term that you should employ our people. We are going to employ our people. That means that there will be high levels of employment. We have sold the oil, we are employing our people, we are skilling our people. The technology that you're bringing into our country is actually skilling our people, meaning that there will be a high level of development and there will be a high level of high levels of getting profits from
Thank you very much.
How much understand how our trade goes. Firstly, there is extraction, as our first farmer said. When the product is there, or when what they're going to trade is there, they will need to. When what they're going to trade is there, they will need to first need to sell it. Why? Availability of the good then comes to be sold outside. But they're coming and telling us that we shall not need extraction and we shall bring other countries to come and extract this oil. Now, in that way, they did not overcome the case of employment. Also, because when they bring people from the other side and they come and work or carry out the mining process before trade is being carried out, we shall find out that they won't even give enough opportunities to the Ugandans to use, or enough opportunities to the Ugandans to carry out to get employment. And also employment doesn't work on their case because they say that machines are brought from the other country and then they come in and they use the very machines to carry out the extraction. But in that way, if machines are also brought from the other country and carry out the extraction here and trade is done, you find out that there will be less opportunities for jobs for people in Uganda. They also came and told us that air pollution is not prevented in our state. But as for our case, we say air pollution is prevented. Why? We are coming to deal mitigation, we are coming to first deal mitigation methods before extraction is done, not before oil trade is done. Like what my second farmer came and told us that we shall first of all deal with our
by saying that we are going to do this under conditions. We give you a contract, you employ our people and teach them how to drill oil. And they have also talked about insecurity. But we have replied by saying that we are not going to face this problem of insecurity, whereby we are not going to be the ones to extract the mineral, but they are going to extract the mineral and also they are going to be protecting our land as well. Therefore, allow me to correct the things.
They came and told us that they are going to be paid countries which are well versed in that advanced technology. And of course this technology, if this technology comes there as a machine, that means it will hinder human labor. So there will be no employment because this machinery will do all the necessary work. So we need this natives, these locals will not benefit because the machinery will be doing all their work. Then they came here and told us that environmental degradation, low air pollution, drainage existence, and I think they are willing to go with it. And in our case, we as Team Affirmative, we are saying that developing countries should first embark on development other sectors of which they will get the money to buy this advanced technology, of which this advanced technology will be used to fight to exploit this mineral from the ground without causing any environmental degradation, of which in their world they are willing to go with it on. After all, it is going on even now. And then another thing they lose about, for us here, we came here and told us that we shall first of all exploit these minerals and then we sell. For them, they are saying that they will sell this mineral when it is in the ground. We think there won't be a rate money. The money of their mineral will not, the money will not correspond to the mineral because first of all, they will not know the real amount which is in the ground. That means the other foreign country will just give them any money they want because they don't know the real amount in the ground. Secondly, of course, the other country will come to all the expenses of remaining what. So they won't benefit from it because all that expenses will be reduced. Secondly, they lose on the issue of development. Since we are depending on foreign aid, when shall we get in mind that we also have to develop ourselves? We think that we should embark on our past development before we develop other areas. So we think that for that, simulators feel this. And of course they say that they will promote economic benefits because these natives will be not paying taxes. Yes, they will be not paying taxes. Why? Because they lack the money. They would have got through job opportunities. It has been taken because machinery